mumenipatia Profesa Kithure Kindiki. Huyu mjamaa anatosha ama atoshi bwana? Aendelee asiendelee? Wale wanasema aendelee nione kwa mkono.
With whispers of Rigathi Gachagwa's imminent exit from the deputy president's seat becoming loud murmurs, the political landscape is shifting once again. As President William Ruto is forced to choose a successor, all eyes are on one man. Interior Cabinet Secretary Abraham Kithure Kindiki. But picking Kithure Kindiki as DP would be seen as an intellectual win, but a political disaster and gamble for William Ruto.
Abraham Kindiki Kithure intellectually and politically would be the best choice for William Ruto as a deputy president in the event that Rigathi Gachagua is impeached. Politically, that will be suicidal, and William Ruto, by nominating Kindiki Kithure for the position of a deputy president in the event that Rigathi Gachagua is impeached, will be tantamount to authoring his political epitaph in so long as the politics of Mount Kenya is concerned.
So aendelee na hiyo kazi? Ama mnasemaje? Tuko pamoja Tharaka Nithi? Tuko pamoja?
Will Kindiki, once passed over for the same position, rise to become Kenya's deputy president? Or will betrayal once again shape his political destiny? In the turbulent world of Kenyan politics, loyalty is fleeting, alliances are fragile, and power is the ultimate prize. Abraham Kithure Kindiki may not be the most recognizable name in the politics of Kenya, but he is staring at an opportunity to rise to the second most powerful seat in the land.
Mambo ya serikali inaenda sawa sawa, hiyo mambo ingine tutaongea wakati huo ukifika. Kwa hivyo mimi nawashukuru sana. Kwa hivyo nataka tukae hivyo, hiyo mambo ingine tutaongea tukienda huko mbele. Nawashukuru sana.
From this week onwards, the Interior CS will be a leading figure in the Rigathi Gachagua succession campaign as President Ruto's new deputy.
I, Kithure Kindiki.
Word is, the chances of Kindiki getting the seat have been growing slimmer and slimmer.
Nationally, the president would have dealt with the issue of tribalism and he would have termed a tribal kingpin on the loose. Regionally, however, the president will have to suffer the consequences. Replacing Rigathi Gachagua with Abraham Kindiki Kithure is committing political suicide in Kenyan politics. Remember, the mountain is also divided. The mountain has its own stages.
And we want to beseech our brother Kindiki, please remain the gentleman you have always been and desist any attempt by hungry hyenas and greedy members of parliament led by Kimani Waisongwa. Kataa mwito ya tumbo na siasa za tumbo za kuuza jamii yetu.
The history of Kenya's political landscape is marked by betrayal and backroom deals, and the 2022 election was no different. As Ruto solidified his presidential bid, the then Tharaka Nithi Senator Kithure Kindiki was the overwhelming favorite to be his running mate. But despite the internal polls and support from many Kenya Kwanza politicians, Ruto made a surprising last-minute turn, choosing Rigathi Gachagua instead.
I want to very sincerely thank my lawyer, my friend, Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki, who came very far and became the runner-up in this contest. Again, a forthright Kenyan, a Kenyan of great standing, a lawyer par excellence.
Many speculated that Gachagwa's louder, more combative style aligned better with Ruto's vision for the hustler nation, and especially in the Mount Kenya region.
Rigathi Gachagua is a very strong personality. And I am at home. And I was looking for a very strong personality.
Angered by the decision, Kindiki skipped the event where Gachagua was announced as Ruto's deputy, a clear sign of the disappointment felt after being passed over.
The current senator of Tharaka Nithi County, who is not here with us now.
But politics is a long game, and for Kindiki, the door to power was not completely closed. After Ruto's victory, Kindiki was appointed as Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, placing him at the heart of Kenya's security apparatus.
And we are going to be very firm and very unapologetic, because we do not want to interfere with our democracy, but at the same time, this country is the only country we have. And the rule of law is the only thing that puts us together and makes us equal.
With this appointment and another reappointment after the Gen Z's protest, Kindiki's political value has been rising.
I now call upon the Honorable Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki, EGH.
Quiet and diplomatic, he has managed to avoid the limelight, focusing on statecraft without creating unnecessary friction. But the road to the deputy presidency is not without obstacles. Mount Kenya, the region that played a crucial role in Ruto's election, remains divided.
Kindiki Kithure comes from Mount Kenya East, the mainstream mountain, the Kikuyu-speaking mountain, will have little regard and little time for Professor Abraham Kindiki Kithure because he's not one of their own. And the mountain has had attraction, inspiration from their own mainstream Kikuyu-speaking people.
So one thing, the president can also decide to take the slot of DP back to the mountain to cool the political temperatures for a short term till 2027 ndo ajipange tena. And because we should also say kwamba the president William Ruto mahali imefika sahi, I don't think there is anything he can do to salvage his Mount Kenya vote.
While Gachagua enjoys significant support from the region's central counties, Kindiki's Tharaka Nithi roots place him on the periphery in what is considered the smaller house of the Mount Kenya vote bloc. If Ruto were to choose Kindiki as his deputy, it could be seen as a betrayal by Gachagwa's supporters in Mount Kenya, potentially scattering the vote-rich region just as 2027 draws nearer.
The basic question is, will Abraham Kindiki Kithure be able to speak in vernacular when addressing rallies in Kiambu, in Murang'a, in Laikipia as a deputy president seeking votes for President Ruto's second term? The response is a complete no.
For Ruto, choosing Kindiki could be seen as a way to appease Mount Kenya East and restore balance within his camp, but this is also a political strategy to split the Mount Kenya votes down the middle.
Kithure Kindiki, somebody can go to court to block his bid to be deputy president because on his watch we have witnessed abductions, on his watch young men have been shot, on his watch we have seen security breaches everywhere. So if we are looking for somebody who wants to come and fill the void left by Gachagua, Kithure Kindiki is not a probable person to become DP.
But is it a permanent solution or just a temporary political maneuver? Choosing Kindiki also comes with risks. It could weaken Ruto's long-term political strategy, as Kindiki may not be able to galvanize the larger Mount Kenya vote the way Gachagua has and did in 2022.
So hata akipeleka huko DP itakuwa tu ni kutuliza temperatures kidogo, amalize term na jipange kama atarudi hiyo term nyingine.
On the other hand, failure to pick Kindiki could reignite accusations of broken promises, potentially alienating the east side of the region.
The Central Kenya ground, the people of Central Kenya who supported William Ruto to a man in 2022 appear to have abandoned him, appear to have become impatient with the manner in which he's running government. Perhaps they expected quick returns, which are not forthcoming. Perhaps they expected certain favors, which are not forthcoming. Perhaps they expected change of lifestyle, which is not forthcoming. And the ground, as Rigiji rightly puts it, the ground has changed. And the ground is not with William Ruto. That is why William Ruto is reaching out to Luo Nyanza through the broad-based government, reaching out to Western Kenya through the broad-based government, bringing on board a coastal region through the broad-based arrangement. All this is an attempt to replace the voting bloc of Mount Kenya that propelled him to State House. So William Ruto thinks that by maintaining Rigathi Gachagua, he doesn't win back the mountain. People have left. By kicking him out, he doesn't win the mountain. People have left. So either way, the ground will remain the same. What does he choose to do? Let me kick out Rigathi Gachagua, lose the mountain, appoint Abraham Kindiki Kithure as deputy president, and hope that Mount Kenya East, the Tharakas, the Embus, and the Merus will vote for me. And alongside other tribes that I'm reaching out to through broad-based government, I'll be able to replace the Mount Kenya voting bloc that will enable me now get a second term in office of the president.
Though he may lack a massive voter base, Kindiki brings qualities that could make him a valuable deputy in a politically divided Kenya. A trained lawyer and academic, Kindiki has a deep understanding of the law and diplomacy. His quiet, composed demeanor makes him a capable assistant in navigating the complex world of statecraft without overshadowing Ruto politically. As Gachagua faces potential impeachment, the question of his successor looms large, and rumors have been flying around that a new deputy could be unveiled before the Mashujaa Day celebrations. Will Ruto choose Kindiki and risk alienating the core Mount Kenya voters who have stood by Gachagua? Or will he look elsewhere, betting on a candidate with more widespread regional appeal? For Kindiki, the stakes couldn't be higher. If chosen, he faces a delicate balancing act, one that may offer short-term gains but could quickly collapse under the weight of Mount Kenya's complex political dynamics. In the ever-shifting world of Kenyan politics, betrayal is often the price of power. Whether Kindiki will rise to become Kenya's next deputy president or whether he'll once again be passed over and ignored is a decision that will shape not just his future, but the future of Kenya and Mount Kenya politics.
It will favor William Ruto because if he throws out Rigathi, brings in Kindiki, wins Mount Kenya East, wins Luo Nyanza, wins Western, adds Kalenjin, he secures a second term and serves without the mountain.
As the political chessboard is being rearranged, one thing is certain: in Kenya, no move made without careful calculation, and no one is safe from the game of betrayal. If Kindiki, who has largely remained an afterthought to President Ruto, is selected as deputy president, he will be a heartbeat away from Kenya's presidency.
It may save Kindiki because who knew that Professor Abraham Kindiki Kithure would leave the corridors of Parklands, a school of law, as a teacher to rise to the position of a deputy president. That will elevate him and will give him real chances of actually having the ambition of being the president of the Republic of Kenya. He will get this thing on a silver plate.
Who would have believed this 5 years ago? If his stars align, Kithure Kindiki, his wife Joyce Gatira Njagi, and their 3 children would soon be the new occupants of the deputy president residence along Karen Road in Nairobi. It may not be an easy task for him to cross the road from his current office at Harambee House to the office on the same street at Harambe House Annex.